Howdy, my name is Cambridge Young, and I'm a graduating senior here at Texas A&M University. The purpose of this speech is to reflect on my semester while taking representations of motherhood. While I have always had a personal interest in motherhood and what that looks like for my future, I do currently work at Bryan Pregnancy Center, which is what initially sparked my interest in taking this course. So my understanding of motherhood has changed so significantly from the start of the semester to now. I think before I was just viewing mothers as one giant collective, one big group. I was viewing them very black and white, like, they're mothers, they're all together, they're lumped together. But every single week, this was challenged, whether that was looking at single parenting, unwed mothers, incarcerated mothers, queer mothers, mothers struggling with infertility. It's not just one giant lump of people. It isn't. There's so many things that go into it. It's so layered. And I think that it's really just opened my eyes to all of the different things women could be going through before they become mothers and once they are mothers. My favorite topic we covered this semester is 100% trad wives and kind of just how motherhood is seen throughout social media as a whole. I think that whenever we looked at the popular influencer Ballerina Farm, it kind of made the topic feel very current, and it really connected to the examples that we saw in the readings. What stood out to me the most specifically for this topic was how the class was very engaged the second that the topic was brought up. People were bringing up other influencers such as Nara Smith, kind of just debating and discussing whether this was something that should be normalized or whether this is the norm. And I think that it was a really open conversation that led to a lot of different nuanced ideas of choice when it comes down to it, whether it's the right decision to be a trad wife, when I believe that, choice is the number one thing that we should be protecting for ourselves and other women as a collective. And I think that if a woman chooses to want to live a more traditional lifestyle, that should be respected, as well as when we talked about the working mom, respect that choice as well, because at the end of the day, they're both choices. And if someone feels fulfilled by one of those, that should be respected. One of the more challenging concepts for me was the recent discussion of egg freezing and who should egg freeze and whether it's ethical or whether it's something that should be normalized. On one hand, I do think it can offer a lot of freedom to women who are like, I don't want to have children right now, but I do in the future, and they want to focus on their careers. And I think that that is a great option for them. And on the other hand, I feel like it's not totally accessible to everyone. So it's kind of hard when celebrities are like advertising, just go freeze your eggs, it's so easy, as we saw in the Kardashians. Like, it kind of seemed like it was something that was super accessible, when in reality it's not something that every woman has access to. And so I think it's important to continue discussing things like this. But the one hard part, especially of this class activity, was whenever we were voting, like, do you think that this scenario warrants, like, should she, in this scenario, freeze her eggs? And I think that one was hard because you see as an outsider, okay, well, she's having issues with this and she's having problems with this and she doesn't really know if she wants kids. And so from an outside perspective, you're like, no, yeah, you probably shouldn't freeze your eggs, when at the end of the day, choice. I think it all comes down to choice. And ultimately, if that is her decision, that's what she wants to do, I feel like she should be able to do that if she has the means to do so. Overall, this class has made me change the way I think about motherhood in such a meaningful way. I feel like I'm more aware of how context matters, and I'm more careful on how I interpret media and how I look at social media figures. I also think that what I've learned will help carry me into the future and possibly motherhood, hopefully motherhood, and my professional work, and being able to serve my clients better and, connect with them better, and seeing how certain socioeconomics and demographics and how all of the different things that go into what it means to be a mother is so layered. It's not just black and white. I feel like that will be so helpful, and it really just opened my perspectives, and honestly, it just gave me a much clearer understanding and a lot more empathy for mothers. Thank you so much for an amazing semester. I am truly grateful for everything I learned and know that I will take it into the future. Bye.